Welcome back to the basement, the friendliest place on YouTube. I'm not in a basement right now. I'm actually in my car. It's Sunday, and here in the basement on Sunday, recorded Sunday long play video that is not uploaded. So I thought I would join you guys live for a little bit. I'm actually driving home from church services that I played bass guitar in the band for. And yeah, I just thought I would hop on and say hi to all you fine folks. We've got a Minecraft episode recorded, and I also have 3 episodes of a new game recorded. And I've got plans for a Mario Maker episode, but a few of those actually also recorded. So lots of Sunday long play content in the works. However, no uploads today, and sometimes that happens. You know, Ted is our editing warrior, the same Ted that is Peter and Ted Woodshot of the Basement, and he does an amazing job taking all of that data and putting it into a format where it's ready to be uploaded, and then I take it from there. And sometimes not everything gets uploaded right away, and that's okay. We're real people with real lives. We each have a wife and 3 kids and multiple jobs outside of this whole YouTube thing, and so that is just the way that it goes. So that's cool. And I am turning left onto the highway now, so I have to be diligent about being careful and watchful. And you guys might not be able to see through my steering wheel at all times, but that's okay. So yeah, so I'm driving home. Played bass at church. Bass guitar is an instrument that I play primarily. It's fun. It's one of my paid hobbies outside of my day job. That along with YouTube. So I'm kind of a computer programmer, software engineer, Monday through Friday. And then on some weekends I play bass guitar. And every day I play video games. And you guys get to watch that as well. So that's sort of me in a nutshell. I didn't really have anything to talk about. So I suppose what I'll talk about is just something that's important to me. And this is a topic where some people like to argue about it, and some people are not always very kind and careful and considerate in their words when they're discussing these topics. So I'm going to encourage everyone to be thoughtful and respectful if they choose to engage in the conversation here. But it's religion. And I'm a religious guy. I'm a Jesus follower. What that means personally for me, in a very non-threatening, non-judgmental way, is that I believe that the universe is real. It's not all just a dream. That is a belief called solipsism. And I believe that the earth is finite. The universe is finite. That means it has not always existed, but it had a beginning. Science backs that up. And I believe that its beginning was not random, but intentional. That something outside of time, bigger and stronger than the universe, and creative enough to come up with the beautiful things that we see in our world, set this all into motion. And I call that thing God. Some people call it other names. There's arguments over whether or not there's just one thing that comprises the concept of God, or whether there's more than one. And obviously there's a question of whether or not any exist at all. And, you know, that's atheism, believing that there is none, or agnosticism, believing that I don't know and I can't know right now, but I'll find out later. I just think it makes sense that the universe is real, that it's finite, and that it did not come from nothing. And that naturally, in a very philosophical, broad way, brings me to theism, which is there's something godlike that was the initiator of all that we see and hear and feel and smell and taste, right? So from there, within all the different kinds of theism, I'm just most impressed by Jesus, the person Jesus of Nazareth, born in Bethlehem to Mary and Joseph. He had some really interesting things that he said that have turned into excellent moral guidelines. I think most people would agree on that. If he's not telling the truth, how can he be such a great moral teacher and also a liar? Worthy of emulation, worthy of veneration, saying, wow, that's pretty neat. Wow, that's impressive. Wow, that's wise. Wow. Jesus' claims to be God at face value. And so, yeah. And that was my starting point. And from there, I dug into it further. And while I can, in the things that I cannot know for certain along those lines. And so in a nutshell, that is sort of me and what I believe. I think I'm called to try to act like Jesus in all of the aspects of my life. And I do not meet that standard very well or very often at all. I am a sinner, sin being something that's against what God wants. And that is sort of that. So I try to get better every day, but I let the forgiveness of God close the gap between my performance and the requirements to get into heaven one day. So yeah, if anyone has any questions on that, they can feel free to put them in the comments below. And if you are like live chatting things, I don't see comments. I haven't really gone live from my phone before, so I don't really know how this works. But I hope that I'm doing it correctly. So yeah, but I struggle against my own flesh on a daily basis. I think of my spirit as being willing, but my flesh being weak. My spirit or my soul or my heart or my mind wants to be a good person. Every day, in every moment, in every instance, I want to be good. But my flesh, my body, my desires, I'm weak. I'm tired. I'm impatient. I'm exasperated or frustrated. And sometimes I'm critical or negative or insulting or mean. And I do this. I've done this to Ted. While we're recording, I'll criticize his gameplay, and it's got just a little bit of an edge or a corner to it. That's the way that you guys would be familiar with. But also, I'm short with my wife. I'm mean to her sometimes, critical of her parenting, or just not loving and kind and selfless and giving. And my kids too. I got 3 kids, a 14 and 11-year-old boy and a 9-year-old girl. And I could be better with them. I should be better with them. I should be a better dad. And I make it sound like I'm not, like I'm a bad dad. I'm around and I provide and I lead them in prayer before bedtime and meals, and I take them to church and I help them with their homework and I teach them how to choose good even when it's difficult. But I'm just not perfect, and I'm trying to get better, but it's not my strength alone that can get me there. I think it's something stronger than me that can help me get there. And so yeah, that's just a little bit about me, kind of in a open and honest and humble and personal way, a little vulnerable. That's a big part of who I am, is a sinner trying to be better and hoping for help from something stronger than me, asking for help from something stronger than me to be better. So yeah, so if you ever go to a church where words on the screen and everything is beautiful and feels nice, that bass player is probably a sinner struggling with stuff, because that was true tonight for me at my church. You know what? And the drummer and the singer and everybody else too. So I don't know, maybe you could take comfort in that if you feel uncomfortable in church, like you're the sinner and everybody else has their ducks in a row. Nobody's got their ducks in a row. Everyone has got room to improve. And quite a bit. So yeah, shift of gears. I'm driving past a car dealership now, where we bought my wife's current car. And her car and my car are similar, and it's hard to fit 3 grown kids into the back seat of a car this size. So I don't know what we're going to do about that. I may upgrade eventually, but not immediately. I don't know. Basement stuff. So I talked about basement stuff right off the bat, but if anyone has joined since then or whatever, of course, Sunday long play is a thing that happens on Sundays and is not happening today because the video is not uploaded, and that's okay. Ted is amazing. Ted is a real person with family and life and responsibilities, and so am I, and sometimes we fail to get something up every day, and that's okay. But it's a Minecraft video. I've also got some Mario Maker recorded. That's just me, and so that'll be fun. I actually have plans to try and record a little bit of Mario Maker with my daughter, my 9-year-old, for a few weeks out ahead of time. And my live keeps going in and out, so I hope that that's not a problem. Okay, is there a way for me to see comments? Top chat, live chat. While I'm driving, I just came into a red light there, and I thought I would poke around at the options. You know, if nobody sees this live stream, that's okay too. I can just publish it when it's done, and it will be some sort of content on the basement for a Sunday. You know, and Ted believes similarly to me as far as religion or spirituality or faith, and it's one of the reasons why we're friends. And it's one of the reasons why we have a YouTube channel. It's not just to play video games, but it's to be us in a place, which is gaming on YouTube, where we could always use a little more role model or positive influence, in my opinion. We never really meant for it to be an evangelical channel, but we thought if we just are Christians with a YouTube channel, play games, and we have fun, we're the friendliest place on YouTube, that can have some sort of positive effect or start some conversations. We've had people email us and ask us about that. We've had people ask us to pray for them or pray for their family member who's, you know, sick or has something going on in their life or whatever. And that's neat. That's a cool, real thing. And one of the reasons that I'm actually talking about this and thinking about this is because I watched the channel Terminal Montage. Has There's Something About series, their animations and their old Nintendo games, and there's something about Kirby, a couple of different Kirby games, and Kirby carries around a cross, and there's some flashes of text that are like, this is a Christian channel in the animations. They're super funny. You should watch them if you don't know about them. But yeah, that's honestly what actually got me thinking about it. And just the fact that a Sunday long play didn't go up today, I thought, since I'm driving home and I don't have my wife and kids with me, and it's a chance for me to use this time to create some content and to say hi to you fine folks. So I will be active in the comments on this video. And if you have questions for me or comments for me or anything else, I would be happy to read them and think about them and reply to them in a thoughtful manner. I am getting close to home, so let's see. What do I want to mention while I have the time? I'm at a red light right now. I don't know. I start another week of work tomorrow. My contract is up in the end of February, so I'll be changing venues and possibly changing commutes, and that may have some sort of impact on me. And I don't know if that will be noticeable in like the basement's scheduling or anything. I don't think so, but just one of the things I'm thinking about right now. Oh, hi there. Yeah, so I think I've said what I needed to say. It's not like I'll never make a video again. I can always add to this later when I think of more things to say. So how do I stop being live? I don't know. Bye everybody. Have a nice night. Push on the X and we'll see what happens. Okay, bye.